Hi, in this video I'm going to talk about the little gadgets that I always bring with me every single day that's in my backpack that help me create these little vlogs that I have on my Instagram channel. If you're not following me on Instagram, just go check that out first so that you have an idea of what I do. So this video is going to be about the little things that I cannot live without and that really help my creative process, help me get the shot that I absolutely need. So the first thing I can absolutely not live without, it's this. It's that little thing. I know it's kind of a teenager-y thing to have, but it's my little pop socket right here. This thing helps me secure my phone all the time. I have like it became a second nature for me. It's like if I hold anybody's phone and I don't have this on, it feels very weird to me. I don't feel secure anymore. And like I said, I have like a really good grip on my phone. In one of the vlogs, for example, one that I did in Cuba, I stick my arm out of the window while I was in a ferry. We're just crossing the bay. I was in a ferry. I would have never done that without this little grip on it. Because it just, you know how phones are now, like when you look at the build quality, it's all very nice and well, it's glass, it's metal, but it's also very slippery. And for me to be able to get some specific shots and do some weird things, sometimes just having that extra grip allows me to do weird stuff. Just holding it like this above a crowd or something like that. It's all these things that make me feel a little bit more secure and help me try out different angles or different motion that I would normally not do just because I would be afraid to drop my phone. The second thing that I usually take with me in my backpack is this little tripod here. This is so inexpensive. So what it is, it's basically a metal bar in here that bends. So I can bend this around larger objects just to hold my phone. So I would put the little phone holder right here and then make sure that my phone would be secure. So that's very handy around a pole or a branch or something like that. And sometimes just to have a little tripod that can just put on a table. The reason why I buy this one, a very inexpensive one, is because I have a tendency to or lose them or break them. I had a more expensive one. I think it was a mini Gorilla Pod, but I broke that one, and then like they cost about $30 or something like that, and they're still not as strong as I want them to be. These just cost about $6. So if I break this one, yeah, it doesn't hurt me as much as breaking a 30 or 35 euro tripod that I just bought. So it's, yeah, I don't know. It's basically again, that's I want to be free to not always have to look after my gear, just put it up there. If it breaks, if I twist it a little bit too hard, that's not the end of the world. It's not going to break my budget, but it still is very handy. Also, the fact is that I have like this little ball head at the top that I can just turn around, so it allows me to put my phone in very different directions. So I definitely recommend that you would have one of those. Look, the footprint of this thing is so small, it really doesn't take any room. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that you get one of those. The next thing that I would always have with me is this thing right here. It's a little microphone that you can just plug into your phone. It comes in different versions, so you can have one with a lightning adapter that goes into your iPhone, or USB-C that goes into certain other phones if you don't have a headphone jack. Thankfully, I have a Samsung S10, so I still have a headphone jack, so I can plug it in here. And what it does, it allows me, for example, if I would record the sound around me, or I do in an interview, somebody speaks into the camera, what makes it very handy is I will just pick up the sound of that person. So this is pretty much the range in which I would pick up sound, and all the ambient sound around me would not be picked up by the microphone as much. Now I gotta say, if it's just for Instagram stories, built-in microphone sometimes just works perfectly. If you have a good app for you to edit, You can sometimes just tweak the sound a little bit and make yourself sound a bit louder, a bit more crisp. But this brings your sound to another level, and the sound is very, very important. You can have a very good video, very nice graphics, you can shoot it perfectly, but if your sound quality sucks, nobody's gonna watch it. It's not natural for you to want to continue watching it. I don't know why that is, but that's the way it is. So having a little microphone like that in my pouch is very, very handy. I don't always use it because sometimes I just want to get the shot and I take my phone out of my pocket. But when I know I have time and I just want to set it up, this thing really helps. And then last but not least, my absolute favorite gadget. I've watched a ton of other YouTube videos and I realized that nobody else is using this. I've never seen that in anybody's kit and I just do not understand why. It's this thing, it's the clamps. This thing is just something I can clamp to pretty much anything. And I use that as my tripod all the time. The thing is that I can use this with anything. I can just, I can attach my phone to, I don't know, a pole, a glass, a bottle, a chair, or like pretty much anything. And it holds really, really steady. If I'm in a coffee place, for example, and I want to take a shot and when I put my phone far away, sometimes I would just put my phone against something. But if it's a bit complicated, I would just take a glass and I would like clamp it inside, and this has a little ball head, like two little ball heads that allow me to put my phone in literally every direction. It's so handy. I took shots in my fridge once. The difference with this is that the ball head gives me a lot more freedom and I can just really go in every direction. It's way more heavier, a bit more sturdy. It feels a bit more secure than this one. So let me explain. If I want to do this, if I want to put this around a smaller object like a, I'll be right back. So if I want to put it around this thing right here, it takes me quite some time. So I have to go around it, and then I have to, since I have 3 legs, I have to squeeze one around and the other one here. And it's still, look, it still is not 100% steady. While with the clamps, I just open it up a little bit, I squeeze it in, and it's very, very steady. I can do pretty much anything I want, and again, these little ball heads allow me to move my phone in any direction. This is from Small Rig. I have 2 of those. I cannot live without it. This is just fantastic. I always have it with me, and this turns pretty much anything that has a little bit of weight into a tripod. So now everything in this kit, that's the real cool thing, fits in this little pouch right here. So all I have to do, just put everything in there. So microphone goes in there, this goes in there, the pop socket stays on the phone, and I have my little pouch right here. I still have room left, so if I really squeeze it in, I could probably fit this in a even smaller pouch, but this really doesn't take up any space. I just put it in my backpack, and that's what I use on a daily basis. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to share this. I'm gonna keep making these videos about mobile videography. I'm gonna share tips. I'm gonna share other tools that you can use, little techniques that you can use to make your life a little bit easier. So yeah, if you have any kind of questions, if you have any kind of comments, just drop them in the comment section. That's what it's for. If you really like this video, just give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if this is the first time seeing a video of mine. I'm gonna make way more of these. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.